Min Bolon, Barefoot Circle. You want to start it over for me? Or it is starting? I just...
One extra second.
Okay.
Remember, this is my first time.
Okay. I have two quick questions. It's on the Treasurer's report. The auditor said that these fixed assets were requested from Mr. Hunt in November. Why are they still not being provided?
The actual fixed asset report was completed about then, and we did give it without numbers to the auditors so they could see that we had an accounting of everything that was in our possession. Basically, I had to learn how to do the fixed asset report for CAFR, and this was my first time.
But you did come here with a strong financial background.
Budget and management, yes, which is different than finances.
Okay. My next question is, and maybe Mr. Hunt can answer also, I'm very confused as to what constitutes an undesignated fund balance. I don't think many people know that. Where does this money, how do we get this money in that account?
The undesignated fund balance is whatever cash you have in whatever fund you may be talking about. In our case, it's the Special Revenue Fund. It's the cash you have in the Special Revenue Fund that is not part of the budget.
But when we make a budget, we budget all our money, don't we?
No, you never budget 100% of your money because that's too close to call, especially on a $5.5 million budget. You always leave something in reserve, something for miscalculation, something for accidents, something of that nature. In our particular case, it's running around $170,000.
Okay. Would any of this money include, like, projects that haven't been done from the previous year?
No, this is strictly unbudgeted funds.
Money.
Yes, ma'am.
That we have not spent.
That's correct.
And this money, this 170, is really from last year's budget.
It's
and part of this year's budget would be
last year's, part of this year's, previous year's budgets.
Okay.
You have an unbudgeted fund balance that rolls over every year, and you've had one every year here.
Okay. The miscellaneous account, $11,000. Are we just going to leave that in miscellaneous? I mean, nobody knows what it is. Are we going to transfer it somewhere, or are we just going to leave it in a miscellaneous fund?
Eventually, when we conclude some of the other transactions with the auditors, I hope to do something with that money and move it into one of the reserves.
Okay. Thank you.
It's earning the same amount of interest that a reserve is earning right now anyway.
Okay.